Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter Michael Minot, who asked me to review the movie Saturn III. Now, this movie is usually described as like Alien, just with a robot, but that's oversimplifying things a little bit. Rather than some low-budget cash-in, this was a major release that featured some A-list stars, as well as a fair amount of behind-the-scenes fuckery. But hey, it's got a big horny robot going around killing people, which means it's right up my alley, so let's do this. Saturn III is a 1980 British sci-fi horror movie that's mainly notable today for its troubled production history. Originally, it was supposed to be the first movie directed by production designer John Barry, known for his work on movies like Clockwork Orange, Star Wars, and Superman. However, Barry was fired just a few days after filming started, citing the good old creative differences excuse. Rumor has it was actually because star Kirk Douglas didn't like him. So instead, Barry was replaced by veteran Hollywood director Stanley Donen, who's best known for making lighthearted romantic comedies and musicals like Singing in the Rain.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
I know, sounds like the perfect guy to direct an R-rated sci-fi horror movie to me too. Although here's hoping this doesn't have a surprise musical number in it like the last movie I did. Lord Grade presents... No, it's a serious movie, just give it a chance. See, look, we've got Kirk Douglas. Oh, my mistake. Apparently the movie's actually called Saturn III? Hopefully I'm not confused here. I never did get around to seeing Saturn 1 and 2. And just in case anyone thinks this movie was trying to emulate Alien... See, look, they tried to trick you into thinking it's a Star Wars knockoff. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think part of your spaceship model may have melted. Alright, as easy as it is to compare this to other sci-fi movies, I think the look of this movie might have influenced the show Lex a little bit. I also think I can tell which part Stanley Donen directed, since it does kind of seem like a musical number's about to break out here. Hey, are you guys sure a motorcycle helmet and some coveralls is enough to survive in space? Well, look at it this way, even if you die, at least you'll look cool. Anyway, the plot involves a pilot named James being called for an important mission to a base on Saturn's third moon, but another pilot named Benson has other ideas.
So you blew the mental test, huh? Potentially unstable.
Huh, said you were a dangerous homicidal maniac, huh? Well, that's rough. Anyway, I'm sure it's perfectly safe for me to drop my guard around you and— Hey, what the hell? Well, I suppose when you install a killer airlock in your locker room, something like this is bound to happen eventually. Benson takes James' place on the mission, because I guess as long as you're wearing the right color jumpsuit, no one actually checks who you are. Sadly, due to the movie's failure at the box office, plans for a Saturn III ride at Universal Studios didn't end up happening, which is a real shame, because it looks kind of fun. I'm not sure exactly how much of this movie was influenced by Star Wars, but I see they included some vape troopers. Alright, for as much as I joke, parts of this movie do have a pretty cool look to them. So anyway, the Saturn III moon base is a hydroponic station used to grow food for Earth, which has become overpopulated. The only inhabitants are Adam, played by Kirk Douglas, and Alex, played by Farrah Fawcett. And if you're wondering if 62-year-old Kirk Douglas is supposed to be Farrah's love interest, it's Kirk Douglas, so yeah. Oh, and yes, that really is Harvey Keitel playing Benson.
You're quite an event in our lives.
Well, I guess you don't get many drop-ins on Saturn III.
Unfortunately, Harvey Keitel's real voice couldn't make the trip through space. Supposedly, Stanley Donen didn't like Keitel's Brooklyn accent and decided to dub over him with another actor, which is kinda like replacing Michael Caine's voice because you don't like that he sounds British. Somehow I get the feeling Harvey Keitel's still gonna find a way to show his dick in this movie. Anyway, tell us about the station.
Saturn III, when they want to give
the solar system an enema, that's where they stick the tube in.
Funny, that's also what most of the reviews of this movie said. You can really tell it's the future by all the advancements mankind has made in colored plastic tubes. We also learned that an eclipse has cut off all communication from the station for several days, which I think is the future equivalent to the phone being dead. Oh well, might as well get high while you wait.
Can I get you anything, some herbal?
No, I'll just take a couple of blues and crash.
Blues?
Blues, Blue Dreamers.
Sleeping pills?
Yeah, and give me some screamers and laughers while you're at it. We learn Alex has spent her whole life in space and has never been to Earth, so might as well give her some drugs. That should make being trapped on a space station with Kirk Douglas a little easier.
Did you ever take one?
Blue Dreamers? Years ago.
Look, I got a little crazy in my mid-70s, but that was a long time ago, okay? Why do I get the feeling this is what Kirk Douglas's real home looks like? Oh, I see Harvey Keitel brought whatever was in the briefcase from Pulp Fiction with him. And in case you didn't know, Benson's supposed to be a creep.
You have a great body. May I use it?
No, the line is, if I told you you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? Not only does Benson have bad pickup lines, but he even secretly watches Adam and Alex having sex in their room. There's a look that says, I sure wish Benson had brought some other blue pills with him. Benson, or James, or whoever has been assigned to help these two with their research and plans to do so by building a robot called Hector. One thing's for sure, Hector will be a welcome upgrade to the station's blinky light technology. Of course, there's something special about Hector.
Pure brain tissue.
Human?
This is an unborn.
Would it have made more sense to just use a CPU? Sure. But would it have been as creepy and weird? I think not. Hector is supposed to replace Adam, but good luck having him play Spartacus. Well, while he's building the robot, might as well get a little fucked up. In addition to having real brain tissue, Hector's powered by not one, but 2 extreme flavors of Mountain Dew. Now that he's finally ready, let's see what Hector can do.
Hand the flask to the Major.
Damn, good thing she didn't ask Hector to give him a hand job. To try and fix Hector's programming, Benson connects him to his own brain. No, don't do that. Now the robot's gonna have a Brooklyn accent they'll need to dub over. Alright, let's see if this worked. Well, Hector's funkier now, at least. However, despite Benson programming him with his own brainwaves, Hector's handjob skills still leave something to be desired. Also, because we established earlier that Benson has the hots for Alex, that means Hector has the hots for her too. Look, Hector, there's an easy solution to this. Just put this poster of Farrah Fawcett in your room and jerk off to it like everyone else did back then. Hector kinda looks like Johnny Five if he did a bunch of robo-roids. In addition to helping around the station, Hector's also programmed for eyelash removal. But not everything's right with Hector.
I wish you would talk.
If you want him to talk, maybe you should have given him a mouth and not that dinky little Radio Shack head. Oh, and Hector also has some of Benson's murderous tendencies. I can understand Hector's frustration here. He's horny for Alex, but Benson forgot to build him a dick. Looks like he'll have to take that aggression out another way. I'm sure that dog's fine. Wait, you mean he's not? Come on, movie, who do you think you are, a European 80s horror movie? I think Hector needs to smoke some of whatever they're growing in there and chill the fuck out. Hey, baby, ready for your first robo-sexual experience? Hopefully Adam's able to save her in time. Alright, Kirk, I get it. You're in great shape for 90. Besides, turns out he doesn't even need to save her.
Alex, you ask him.
Hector, please put me down.
Huh. Well, at least Hector's an obedient robo-rapist.
Did you teach him to kill?
No. It's you. He wants you. We both do.
See? It's actually your fault he just tried to assault you. Quit being so attractive and giving me a boner, you whore. Too bad for Benson, Hector wants Alex all to himself. Probably for the best. I think Adam's starting to get a little sick of Benson's shit.
Help me, don't leave me.
I can't do it.
Well, you're gonna regret that decision later. But how are they gonna take care of Hector? Doors. Hector's one weakness. Okay, so that doesn't quite take out Hector. Fortunately, Adam has another plan.
He's about to recharge.
Let him. We'll overload him. I'm gonna give him a headache he won't forget.
Or possibly make him strong enough to kill us all. I really have no idea. Okay, looks like overcharging Hector managed to take him out. Now you just need to deal with the ponytailed creep that built him.
As soon as we eclipse, I'm reporting your incompetent handling of this whole experiment.
Where have you the right to call me incompetent?
Oh, wait a minute. Is this about the robot I made that just tried to rape and kill you? See, I think you're a little confused. That makes me evil, not incompetent, okay? Once they permanently shut down Hector, maybe they can sell his remains and turn him into a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic. Okay, looks like the robot's been defeated, so does that mean the movie's over? No, wait, there's still 35 minutes left, so I guess we're not done yet. Weirdly enough, the thing that gives away Kirk Douglas's age the most in this movie are how high his pants are. And I know I've already said this a few times, but to the production designer on this movie, good job. Despite being dismantled, Hector's brain is still functional and he's able to take control of the other robots at the station and rebuild his body. Damn it, I knew they shouldn't have equipped Hector with Bluetooth. I think the music's telling me that Hector's good now. Looks like they included some behind-the-scenes footage of Harvey Keitel preparing for a take. Despite telling Benson to leave, the homicidal megalomaniac who built a killer rape robot proves to be a little unreasonable.
I'm leaving, and I'm taking your partner with me. You're inadequate, Major. In every area.
I'm talking about your dick, Major. And listen, Kirk, I know you're in good shape for your age, but I still really didn't need to see your ass. Benson's got the right idea, though. If you want to win, fight like a dirty bastard. Oh, great. Not only does Benson not get Alex, but Hector just cut off his jerkin hand. Alright, listen, you two. We built these sets, and damn it, you were gonna wander around in them. They are the most impressive part of the movie, after all. Let's see. People running through dark corridors in space from something trying to kill them? I think I know what to do here. Alright, I know I just compared this movie to Alien, but weirdly enough, the sequence where they're trying to hide from Hector under the floor grates is oddly similar to one from Aliens. I guess James Cameron must have been a fan of this movie. Anyway, how are these two gonna get rid of Hector? Steam. Hector's other one weakness. But despite steam cleaning Hector's chrome exterior, these two aren't out of danger just yet. Duh, creepy old man! Oh, it's just Kirk Douglas.
He's in the communications room. He's tracking us.
Well, it's no big deal. My phone's probably doing that right now. Hey, did you enjoy watching me check my emails on the toilet earlier, fellas? Why don't you just hit Hector with a door again? That worked pretty well the first time. Or you could just trick him into falling into the station's septic tank. That works too, I guess.
Come in, Hector. Come on in.
Okay, Farrah, don't tell the big horny robot he can come on in. That's not gonna end well for you. But joke's on them. Turns out fake panels aren't Hector's third one weakness. But giant robotic arms, on the other hand, are. You know, instead of running around the station again, you should probably hop in a spaceship and get the fuck out of there. Alright, whose idea was it to install a self-destruct? For what practical reason would we possibly need that?
And we know something. He doesn't want to kill us.
Well, he doesn't want to kill Alex. I don't know if Benson gave Hector a grandpa fetish. Speaking of Benson, he's apparently still alive?
What happened?
Hector and I have come to an arrangement.
I agreed to let him bang Alex as long as I got to watch. You can watch him too if you want to, Adam. And I might have been exaggerating a bit about Benson still being alive.
I haven't died. I'm taking over.
Hold it. We didn't actually see his head come off, so I don't know if that warrants a decapitation drop. Meanwhile, in a 1960s Italian sci-fi movie, here's another behind-the-scenes factoid. Midway through production, the movie's budget was slashed. I'm assuming this was after they built the sets, but before they did some of these spaceship shots. Whoever these guys are, they better get to the station and rescue our heroes quick. After he gets done with Alex, Hector's gonna fuck the hole in Kirk Douglas's chin.
Good morning, Adam. I trust you slept well.
Okay, does anyone else think it would be better if Hector spoke using Harvey Keitel's real voice?
What are you doing to me?
I'm here to help. If I'm curt with you, it's because time is a factor.
Where's Alex?
Get it straight, Buster. I'm not here to say please. I'm here to tell you what to do. And if self-preservation is an instinct you possess, you better fucking do it and do it quick.
Not only does Hector manage to turn away the team sent to check on him, but he's also installed a link in Adam to access his brain. I think Hector wants to learn the secrets to Kirk Douglas's old-school Hollywood machismo.
Ah, there you are. And how beautiful.
Or maybe he just likes Kirk's voice. I still say it should have been Harvey Keitel, though.
You ever suck a guy's cock? I'm talking. You ever suck a guy's cock?
Stop using his voice.
Don't talk back. Don't talk to me that way. You hear me? Turn around a little bit. I want to see your ass. You mind that?
Hector wants to reprogram Adam's brain to make him his slave, or something like that. I'm not really sure. But there's one thing he didn't count on.
No.
Aging Hollywood leading men. Hector's one weakness. For real this time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should never try and clean your robot with the dishwasher. Well, Adam may have sacrificed his life, but on the plus side, Alex got a new hairdo. And no thank you, Farrah Fawcett already had breakfast. Now you may be wondering, even though Hector's been destroyed, is this movie going to end on a horror movie twist?
I'd suggest you walk to the ports and get a good position for a swell view of Mother Earth.
Holy shit, Alex is going to Earth! Despite having its budget reduced, Saturn III was still a disappointment at the box office, making only about $9 million of its $10 million budget back. Critics didn't much like it either, and today it only has a score of 9 on Metacritic. Okay, fellas, this definitely isn't a great movie, but compared to something like Things, it's not that bad. I mean, the movie does have a nice look to it, and the idea of a psychopath imprinting his brain onto a robot that then goes on a rampage is a pretty cool idea. But the movie as a whole just doesn't quite work. The biggest problem is that despite presenting itself as a horror movie, most of it feels pretty subdued, which was largely due to Stanley Donen intentionally downplaying the movie's exploitation elements. Wow, it's almost as if a guy known for making lighthearted musicals wasn't the right choice to direct a horror movie about a horny killer robot. It's still kind of interesting, since you typically don't see people like Kirk Douglas and Harvey Keitel in a movie like this, but instead of being atmospheric and tense, a lot of the movie is just kinda slow, and there's not enough of a payoff at the end to make it worth it. But I will say this, if you've ever been terrified at the thought of seeing 60-something Kirk Douglas's ass, then this movie might scare you. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
Oh, wow, you did Saturn III, I remember. Was that it?
That's a good one.
And, well, you know, and it didn't really...
No, an interesting story. The title of that, before we finished,
Right.
before I started, was The Helper. And it was very interesting, the script, before we started.
And then all of a sudden...
I don't know what happened.